What's up, guys? What is up? What is up? My name is Raul, and this is episode 9 of the Mr. Genuine podcast. Hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me. I am actually currently live on Twitch, and I'm live on TikTok. I've been doing my best to not waste so much time and just be live and just be in front of people. One of my goals this year is to go busking and to go play live for an audience that's just unexpecting and just there. And I'm hoping that's cool. I'm not sure if busking is even a cool thing, but that's like a music thing that I have in mind. But yeah, here is episode 9. I thought this was episode 10. My mind, everything's kind of just moving so fast. Already in February, by the way, kind of crazy. And I'm thinking, how was my January? My January was kind of rocky, but I'm more excited and focused than ever. This month is going to be a big month because if I don't make the right decisions today and this month, next month, this year, then I feel like in 5-10 years from now, I'll be looking back at this moment and be like, dang, I wish I had started 10 years ago. I wish I'd started 5 months ago. So yeah, I'm excited. Hope you guys are excited as well. I'm going to do my best to keep this podcast short and sweet. And as usual, come back to these episodes whenever you guys want. Watch these episodes whenever you have time. There are more important things than watching YouTube videos. There are more important things than just watching me speak. But if you guys are here watching and listening to me, I do appreciate it. Cheers to you guys and blessings to you and your family. Seriously. I like to just record these episodes because it's fun. First of all, it is a little bit of fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie and tell you that it's not fun to be able to hear myself through my headset, through my mic, see myself on my camera. It's fun stuff. It's fun stuff for reals. And being live also and just interacting with the people, it's really cool. And yeah, I'm just another normal average person. I also get a little nervous too, and I'm sweating. I'm under the lights, enjoying myself. Actually, this is cool. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, make sure you guys take care of all the important stuff, all the crucial things that need to get done before taking some time with me today and hanging out with me. I have a couple things I want to talk about, just things that matter to me and I think that are important to share. Some things that I learned as I've been going through this life and journey. It's been really cool. And I think that today's topic is to be pretty cool. I think, obviously, I mean, we're all different, but I just believe this is going to be some cool stuff. And let's go ahead and let's dive right into it. And again, thank you again. Like and subscribe and share if you guys find this useful. I want to talk about the idea behind failure and how before I used to really kind of try to avoid it. There's a lot of really cool quotes. I think one of the quotes that I always try to think about is the obstacle that you're trying to avoid is the way. The thing that you're trying to avoid and not do is the thing you have to do, is the task that's most important right now. I heard that and I'm like, wow, the obstacle is the way. And I thought that was really, really cool. I wanted to share that with you guys today if you guys are here with me. Another thing about failure is that you should do your best to succeed, of course, but when you fail, you should take it as a place to grow from, to like another stepping stone to the next success and to the next big win. Failure is definitely a tough thing to accept, but it's definitely a real life. It's like a guiding light in this real world. I've heard this before. Try your best to fail fast, to make mistakes fast, and to fail quickly. I've mentioned this before, but if you make a decision and you're not too sure what to do, I've been told to just make a decision, and then make it right. Don't worry about making the right decision. Nice way of playing with words, but it's so powerful believing in this. Like you get stuck kind of waiting there for somebody to tell you what to do, waiting there for approval from somebody to tell you that, yes, it's okay to do that, but I've adopted the idea that I'm just going to go do it. I'm going to do it and then see if it was okay for me to do it. Of course, within reason. I'm not just going to go ahead and do something reckless and irresponsible, but I'm going to do something that will be a little scary and challenging, and then I'm sure will probably teach me a lesson. And yeah, I'm known to be the kind of person that does things the hard way, does things the way that most people normally don't. And I'm trying my best to just follow the book, but sometimes even the book needs to be updated. Sometimes even the rules are old, but It's always good to just respect what's already been established. But anyways, going back to this idea that failure is actually not that bad. Worst case scenario, we do end up getting severely hurt to the point where we can't move. That's like worst case scenario from a really bad failure. But I think unless you're not in a situation where you have to make that big of a decision that's going to lead to that, then I think you're okay. I think you failed at this one interaction, you failed at on a test, you failed on a wheelie, you failed hip hop in that wheelie, you failed on the guitar, you failed on this chord, you failed. Well, it's not the end of the world. It's definitely not the end of the world. This idea that we should always be winning is awesome, of course, but there's no like growth if you keep winning. There's no idea that like you feel like you're on the top of the world if you just continuously keep winning. And then once you hit that one loss, you'll be like, oh my God, this is changing everything. I'm not the same anymore. So there's also, too much of anything is bad for you. Like too much success, Okay, you get a little too hot-headed, but nothing wrong with a lot of success. If you can keep the momentum going, that's fantastic, and I salute you. Yeah, but sometimes there's plateaus, so we can't forget about those too. Sometimes like you're doing so hot, and then you just plateau. Sometimes you go down a little bit, sometimes you get up, and then continue the same trend. But as long as you're ascending and you're doing well and you're getting better every day, every year, can't really say that's a bad life. Guys, there was basically this not incident, but like there's something came to mind where I just really wanted to talk about this idea that don't be afraid to fail. Success is awesome, but failure is really not that bad. There was also one thing I wanted to mention as well. So if you guys can think back at a time where you guys almost were severely challenged or like pushed to the limits, and then you guys grew. Those are the winner stories. Those are great stories to always tell. And if you guys want to have a family in the future, keep those stories in mind. Like that story of like, oh man, I almost didn't make it. I almost got eaten by a saber-toothed tiger, but my clan and we ended up fighting them off, and we ended up, just scaring them off. And that's a cool story. Cool story. There was one more thing I wanted to talk about, but it's completely escaping me, and I don't want to just keep rambling on about this one topic of failure, but it'll come back to me. I know it will. But yes, guys. Oh man, I'm trying to do my best to not say or a lot of filler words in my speech. But sometimes it just happens. I mentioned this before that for me, I realized when I was younger, I would speak so much and I would ramble on so much that I would lose my breath. And when I got to that point where I lost my breath, that's when I started to stutter, started to make mistakes with my speech, started to really just kind of question the way I was perceiving myself. And then that wasn't too great. So don't forget to breathe, guys. Don't forget to breathe. That's something really cool. Staying hydrated. I mean, I got coffee here, not the best thing for staying hydrated, but it's cool. I like my coffee. And yeah, guys, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about completely, but it's completely escaping me right now. It came back to me. Just like that. It took me a little minute. It took me some coffee. This topic that I'm going to talk about now, finally getting into it after 9 minutes of rambling, it's this. The idea that you will kind of suck at something at first. You might be bad at it. And once you're good at something, it's funny, like once you're really good at something, you actually kind of have to try to be bad. And it's kind of fun when you actually get to that level where you're like so good at it that it's kind of like easy to be bad at it. And you know how to be bad at it because at one point you were bad at whatever this thing we could put into in front of us, whatever it could be. For example, like I teach guitar, right? I've actually got my guitar here with me. It's a custom-made Fender. It's freaking awesome. I love it. I love it so much. My next custom guitar that I'm going to buy is going to be a Taylor custom guitar. Mark my words, guys. I'm going to buy that. I'm going to build it. I'm going to figure out what specs I want, and then I'm going to build it. But yeah, anyways, going back to what I was talking about, the idea that you're kind of setting yourself up for failure if you're going to expect yourself to be good at something right away. Even though it's awesome to have that high expectation of being like, that having that desire to want to be fantastic at it and great, and then realizing that you're not that great, that's a pretty dangerous place to be. But excuse me, guys, by the way. That's kind of what I want to talk about today. Like this real quick to wrap up the episode. As babies, We weren't that great at walking, but did we stop after we just, figured out that we couldn't walk right away? No, we kept crawling. We kept moving around. We kept rolling around and figured out our own way to walk, saw the examples around us. We never gave up. All those around us, the environment we were in kind of kept supporting us to keep walking. And never once did we think, I can't walk. I'm not going to walk, right? I love that analogy of just like us as babies. But yeah, guys, we're going to be bad at something that we've never done before. That's just part of the game. That's just part of life where you're just not that good at it at first. With dedication, perspicacity, of course, and the desire to want to get it and the belief in yourself, you can definitely achieve anything you want, but it will be challenging. It will be something that most people around you probably will never try to attempt because it's so hard. But remember, it's okay to be bad at something because that's how we start. We have to be bad at something and then we get good at it. Over time, we improve. We have to learn from our mistakes, learn from our failures, learn from who we were back then and the decisions we made and the thoughts we had, and then upgrade ourselves. I don't remember. I think, yes, I ended up making a podcast episode completely covering the idea of changing yourself, upgrading yourself, and reinventing yourself. That's the word, reinventing yourself. And when you have to do that, it's quite a liberating thing. Of course, you try your best to just not be molded by the external world. Make sure all the changes are done internally in your heart, in your mind, in your soul, and it's truly you. But sometimes, like, you kind of do get molded by the external environment when we're younger and weaker and not experienced enough. Are you experienced? Are you experienced in this thing called life? Because if you're not, then it's okay. You will be with time and with those moments in life where you're like, okay, I know where to go for that. I know who to talk to for this. I know why that works. I know who built that. I know why this is going. I know so many things, but only through experience and only through going through those failures of not being able to know, not knowing anything really, to going and being great. Last thing I want to talk about that just came to mind is this idea of like competence, right? So there's these four levels to competence. I forget who it was. It might have been like Sigmund Freud, or it might have been like Maslow's hierarchy of needs type of thing. I don't remember, but it's like at first you are incompetent and unconscious of it. That's where you're just bad and you just don't even know you're bad. Unconscious and incompetent. And then you're conscious and then you're still incompetent. That's the second level. So you're aware that you're bad now, but you're still bad. And then the second level, and then that is the second level. The third level to this is you start being conscious and you're becoming competent, right? So you're now competent at this one thing and you're aware that you're starting to get good at it. And the fourth level, where everybody wishes they could be most of the time, but they're oftentimes still stuck in one, where they're incompetent and unconscious of this. That's like most humans, that we're just cool, just chilling. We're cool just chilling because it's nice to be comfortable. It is nice. I actually love being comfortable, but there's something about putting yourself in a challenging situation and growing from it, kind of like finding your way out. That's what drives me to keep going, and also I have family members who are just tough as nails that I'm like, dude, talk to me nice, man. Talk to me nice. But they don't. And I love that. It pisses me off because I'm like, dude, okay, let's do this. Get back to work. But yes, the fourth level to the competency game is you are competent and you're unconscious. You're unconscious of the fact that you are so competent. It's like just an automatic thing. You're just automatically competent. You're just automatically so good at something because you put the reps in. You did the work. The time was well spent. You manage your time and energy, your money, your emotions properly, and you're just automatically operating in this mental like wavelength that's just like always in the state of flow. Now it's hard to remain. It's hard to stay in that mode of competent and unconsciously competent. But when you get there, it's so cool because the time just flies. And that's why it's kind of dangerous to just to be in that state, even when you're at the bottom, like where you're unconscious and incompetent. That's also pretty dangerous too. But at the very bottom, at the very top, time goes by so fast. In no time, you're going to be 90 and then you're going to be unable to open your eyes, and then you're just going to be, kind of just hoping that you did a good job in life. Or, or we, at some point, maybe we see robots in the future that bring us back to life. I don't know. But being aware of this, I'm not getting any younger. We're not out here getting any younger. Time is going, and it's something to be grateful for. I'm super grateful. But yes, guys, I just wanted to talk about that. Just the idea of being okay with failure, making mistakes, but learning from it, of course. The second thing would be, we're going to be bad at something that we're new at. That's just a natural part of the game. You're not going to be great at something right away, and it's okay. Just figure out where you can find the information to get better, faster, more effectively, more efficiently. And you just learn that as well. And then the last thing is just knowing where you're at. Knowing where you're at, knowing exactly where you're at, and as far as competency. Excuse me, guys, by the way. It's that coffee. Yeah, those are the three things I wanted to talk about today. And I really do hope you guys pick up something out of this. And this is just stuff that I think about all the time. I'm always doing my best to just improve in that realm. But yeah, guys, let me know if this helped. And if you stuck out, if you're watching up until this point, thank you so much. Feel free to like and subscribe. Please share with a friend if you guys find this stuff cool and interesting. If not, not a big deal. I want this to be a win-win situation, guys, because that's what I like to strive for. And I've been hearing that a lot this week. Let's strive for a win-win situation. Win-win here, win-win there. Everybody a win-win. Oh, McDonald's. Anyways, guys, I'm rambling. Thank you so much for watching. This was episode 9 of the Mr. Genuine podcast. I'm here. My family's here where we're all working hard. And I wish you guys the best. We're already in February, so keep going. Hope you guys are crushing your goals, staying hydrated. And yeah, send me a message if you guys have any questions with me. And also, let me know if there's any topics you guys want me to talk about. I don't plan on having any random guests on here, but I'm definitely open to the idea. This is only episode 9. I definitely want to keep creating more content. This is definitely one of the pieces of content that I love making, and I absolutely just have a blast. I love to talk, especially when it's about things that I care about and things that I think people will enjoy. So, but also I know when to shut up too. That's the best thing about me, is that I know when I need to be quiet. I know when I need to just observe and learn and to be aware of my surroundings too. So, but in these podcast episodes, I let it just fly, let it go free. That's enough for me, guys. I'm going to keep going. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I will see you in the next episode. I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Peace out.